Hey, yo, what's up, guys? Zaid here with another episode of Zaid's Experience. Today we are in Florence here. We're at the train station and we're about to depart to Pisa. So come with me and let's check this out. There is no shortage of people here taking the picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. There's a bunch of them. All of them around here, almost all of them, are tourists. And you can tell by all the poses, whether you're holding the Leaning Tower of Pisa, you're pushing it, you're kicking it, you're doing some kind of karate move with it. You'll find every kind of people here. Plus the military's back there. And if you are brave enough to climb 350 plus stairs, be my guest. But I think you gotta make a reservation, I think. And it costs about like 18, 20 euros, something like that to go up there. And not today, that's today's food, so stay down here. Once you go up the Vatican, trust me, you don't wanna see a set of stairs in your entire life. Ever since we got here to Italy, actually we started off with Switzerland, everybody has been kind of staring at how I look. They think I'm Middle Eastern or something like that, so I've been getting a lot of funny looks. Today was one of the second days that I've experienced something really heavy. The first one was in Italy. I kind of thought it was just a little bit of a drunk guy, but this was the second one. We went to a place called Diema in Pisa. So if you guys see it, try not to bring a long beard and look Middle Eastern. What ended up happening is we sat down, we wanted to order something, we wanted to try some local food, and this was recommended by one of the locals. We said we don't want to go to anywhere touristy, we want to try something that's from here. And once we went inside, the guy that was there kind of waiting to sit you down kind of didn't even acknowledge me ever since I got there. And I said, hey, for two. And he kind of barely looked at me, and he said, after a couple of seconds of waiting, said, yeah, that table. And he just kind of pointed at it. And I said, okay. But then after 5 minutes, he came over to the table and he finally gave us the menu. And then when he finally gave us the menu, he kind of tossed them at us. And we thought, whatever, he just kind of tossed them. That's fine. But then he brought in the bag of bread. And when he brought in the bag of bread, he made it very clear that he wasn't happy with my presence there. He threw the bag of bread in the side of the table, and you could hear it bounce, quite a bit. It wasn't even close to it. It just tossed it, and everybody from the table right beside us kind of just turned around and saw that at the same as we did. And I said, you know what, we're clearly not welcome here. So we left. But I guess we're heading back right now. Italy has some great spots, and I won't let that deter whatever my experience is, but it was a little bit of a bummer. So we're here in one of the rooms where they have the collection of one of the members of the Medici family, Ferdinando de' Medici. He has the biggest collection, or one of the biggest collections of musical instruments here in Europe. And I can vouch for any string player when I say all of you guys would love to get your hands on one of these. For a day, 2, lifetime. See the strings? I think these are still made out of catgut. If I was a percussionist, I would definitely want to take a whack at this. Hey, I'm not even a percussionist, but I still want to take a whack at it. And these are the older version of trombones. They are called sackbuts. I would love to have just 5 seconds with these, or the rest of my life with either one. They go from the biggest one to the smallest one, so I think this was an alto, some form of tenor, and that was a bass, if I'm not mistaken. Super awesome. So when I first got here to Florence and I heard about the David, I didn't quite connect the dots. Why is this such a big statue? I haven't done my research prior to this, but now that I'm here, I think I kind of don't need to. Out of all the statues that I've seen, this is ridiculous. There's something really awesome about this statue that whatever I seem to capture or depict on any of my videos won't come out across. It's one of those things that you just have to see in real life. Otherwise, it doesn't project. It doesn't touch you in the same way. There's such a really interesting look to the actual statue that it's one of those things you just gotta be here. So I get it now. He's like, which one?
Can I have those peppers, please? And are these dried tomatoes? Yes.
How is it, babe? Chili, the peppers taste good?
Really good. ¿Te encanta? I mean, you love
The
it?
peppers taste really good.
That's what I said.
That pork meat that they have here from Florence is what's in this sandwich, but it's really good. It's perfect salt. I wish that the steak that I tried eating yesterday would have had the same kind of seasoning that this has. This is like perfect. It's not too salty because there is such thing as really salty meat, and it's just balanced. It's good. These guys have been doing it for a while. You can tell they're pros at this. I think I'm gonna get another one to go, just because I'm never coming back. So
Show them your beer.
and we got one of these. I mean, we are in Italy and these are vacations, so. Try. It's been 2 months since that night in Florence, and I really miss those nights now that I look back in retrospect. It was such an awesome time. I think sometimes we take for granted when we're on a trip, or I guess now that I'm recording, that I'm vlogging all these instances for you guys, that way you guys can see and join me on my experience. Sometimes I tend to miss the little things, but this was definitely a highlight, a major highlight of my trip, even though it was just a panini. And I know a lot of people know me because of my whole carnivore diet and all that, but I really do like to travel, and I really do like to eat and try out new things. I think it's wonderful that our generation has such an easy time in comparison to our parents to be able to fly just about anywhere. Flights are way more affordable than they were before. It's so much more easy to travel just about anywhere. And to not try something like this, I mean, I think what they were telling me is that the panini was actually born in Florence, so it was a really great idea to go ahead and try out the paninis there, and I don't regret any of it. It was amazing, and yeah, I did want to go ahead and try out the steaks that I showed you guys a little bit earlier, but it was just not in our budget range. It was definitely a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. So I had to retract from that, and I went with the panini, and I don't regret it at all. And as to my Pisa experience, I mean, it happens. I really don't think much about it anymore. It's been 2 months, and it's been whatever, you know. I'm gonna encounter this wherever I go at one point or another, and if I do, good, and if I don't, even better. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really faze me at all. But I was just happy to be able to be in Florence. I was just happy to be in Italy overall, and I hope you guys enjoyed some of the stuff that I showed you. I still got Venice coming up, so look forward to that, guys. But in any case, thanks for joining me on another episode of Zaids Experience, guys. Hope you liked this video. If you guys like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. push that notification bell if you guys haven't already done so. That way you guys get notified every time I come up with a video such as this. And to all my subscribers out there, thank you very much. We're really close to the 1K mark, which is not massive in comparison to a lot of people, but for me it means a lot. Thanks to all those guys that have been there from the start. I really appreciate it. Trust me, when you have your first 10 subscribers, it's amazing. When you got your first 100 subscribers, it gets a little daunting, and then from there on it just keeps on rising. But I really try to push myself to bring you guys the best content that I can. I try to bring you the best quality that I can, and I'll keep on striving to bring you the best now and in the days to come. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. And as always, Zaid out. Peace.